Hi, good morning. This is Gayatri from Shamah. Nice to see you all up and close today. I'm noticing that a lot of you are contacting me with issues relating to productivity. And I know it's something that's taken a huge hit during this time of the pandemic. So let's look today at what is affecting our productivity and how to sort of haul it up by the bootstraps. The first question is, what is this productivity, right? It's how much we're able to do. And sometimes that has to meet a sort of deadline or expectation of how much we are supposed to be doing. So you might have a boss or a manager or a self-imposed deadline, like we writers have that, I need to put out, say, 2,000 words a day or 5,000 words a day. And whoever has imposed this deadline, sometimes we, even if with something we've done all our lives with much ease, we're not able to do it very effectively right now. The reason for that is we have a heightened threat perception at this time. What is a threat perception? We have the feeling that if I turn around, something's going to come at me. It could be the illness, it could be the disease, it could be me just dropping my guard and getting into an elevator with somebody who doesn't have mask on. So we have all these fears sort of working inside our head, even subconsciously or unconsciously, and so we are sort of prepared. We are clenched up. Our shoulders are clenched up. Our jawline is clenched up. We have tension in our foreheads and sitting in our necks. And if you sit and do a body scan, you will be able to observe the areas where you actually see this tension and you feel this tension sitting in your own body. And that's the reason why we're basically like this, we're going through life like this. And we're like, okay, how can I be productive? How can I be creative? How can I, perform to the best of my ability, because I'm also working simultaneously. There are a few ways to do that, but the first thing, of course, is don't expect that I give you you would know by now I don't give you normal just sort of productivity hacks. The first thing I'm going to ask you to do is inquire what it is that you want to achieve. Some of us look at our productivity going down and we say, I need to get this bar up, I need to do more. But you've come to me, and I'm the kind of therapist who will tell you, yes, but do you probably need to be doing less? And the reason for that is not that you need to, become lazy or just take stuff off your plate and go to sleep. That's not the thing. Doing less in the sense of giving your mind less frantic activity to do less frantic thoughts, calm down the mind, slow down the mind. Because yes, you can go at your task list and keep doing more and more, but what that will achieve is it will crank up the mind. When it cranks up the mind, it starts racing, it has 30 things to do and it cannot select one. So the first thing to do actually is not to do more, but it is to do less. So let's say you take an afternoon off, if that's all you can manage, a day off, 2 days off. If you need sleep, see if you're getting enough sleep. Are you eating on time? Are you sleeping on time? Do you have a regular system in place for your life? Are you able to go for a walk or do your yoga or do the exercises that keep you, up and active? Are you enriching your soul? Are you enriching your mind? Are you reading a book? Are you reading newspapers? Are you doing the things that give your mind a variety of nourishments? It's like a plate that food that we might feed a child, right? When you're feeding a child, you look at the plate and you say, do I have enough green and cereal? Do I have enough vegetables? Do I have enough dairy? Do I eat dairy? That is, do I have enough seeds, nuts, chutneys, green leafy vegetables, salads, and we try and give the child a very nourished, balanced meal. But our brains and our minds that we sort of expect to run at full function throughout the day, we don't look at it in the same way and say, am I giving it what it needs to function effectively? And we all know that food in this way is the fuel of the brain, of the mind, of the alertness that we are able to produce. So the first thing absolutely is do less, step back, take a look at yourself, allow the mind to relax. The second is look at the inputs to the mind. Are you giving it the nourishment that it needs? When you do these two things, you will find that your third step, that is come to stillness, come to awareness, will work far more effectively. When you have stepped back from the chaos of the task list, when you have nourished the mind, you've given it what it needs, then it is prepared to work. Before you get into the work, come to a space of stillness, which means take up a meditative activity. Now, I'm not recommending, as many of you know, I don't recommend a meditation blanket for everybody. What I mean by meditative activity is something that allows you to immerse yourself in it for a few moments, maybe as long as half an hour if possible, and that allows you a complete immersive body, mind, spirit engagement. For some of you, this might be running, right? Where you put on your headphones, you put on your shoes, hit the road, and you can go for 5 to 10 kilometers, and it gets you in the zone. It's what athletes call getting into the zone. What gets you into that zone? For me, it is meditation. For you, it could be running, it could be painting, it could be half an hour of gardening, it could be baking, it could be singing. Whatever is your riyas, your practice, is your meditative sort of rooting, grounding, earthing. Make sure you do that for half an hour before you get started on your work. That is the third thing. You must be thinking, three of the five are already over, and she still hasn't given us a productivity hack. You'll be surprised, these are far better productivity hacks than a lot of things that tell you to put down bullet points and make lists. But still, I'll give you the fourth one. And the fourth one is a bona fide workplace productivity hack, and that is declutter. The difference is when you do it my way, when you do one, two, and three, and then you come to declutter, your mind is already nourished. So basically, you've become like a person who is full and is walking into a five-star buffet. You don't really need to eat, right? They can put 100 dishes or items out there, and your mind is no longer grasping. It no longer is starved of nourishment, so it's not logging on to the internet, checking social media, looking at Instagram, finding a book to read, or thinking of jokes, or looking at messages. You can have a whole buffet of stuff out there. The mind is no longer distracted because it is nourished. Okay, once it is nourished, and then you go in there, your decluttering will become far more efficient, and you'll be going at it with a scalpel. So look at your day. What are the apps that are giving you unwanted notifications? Delete the apps. You don't have to delete your accounts, you can just delete the apps. And maybe allocate a time during the day, say 6 o'clock in the evening. You give yourself half an hour, 45 minutes to go on social media, chat all you want, doom scroll all you want, and have a good time and respond to all the messages. You might want to send your contacts a note saying that I'm no longer available on my phone from this time to this time, and make sure that you've blocked off that time. And then your absolute fifth one is when you sit there, having sort of stepped away, calmed your mind down, nourished it, given it all it needs, you've gotten into the zone, decluttered, you've been ruthless in getting rid of everything that sort of impinges on the time you have for you. Immerse yourself in your work. A lot of us look at work as something that we have to do. When you come at whatever work you do with a mind, body, spirit alignment, with an engagement, what you're saying is, I am putting myself into my work. I am my work. I am one with my work. When I'm one with my work, when I'm operating from this place of stillness, then I come out of, my ideas come out of a place of intense alignment. I have a much far more deeper engagement with what is being created. So it could be maths, it could be accounts, it could be your household budget, it could be writing, it could be creativity. What will come out of you, you will notice, will need far less time. It will come out far more efficiently, it will come out far more streamlined. And let's say you're bringing out 1,000 words instead of 3,000 words, it will come from you in a space that is far more cohesive. It is far more cohesive work, which means that what used to take you 3 hours to do will now take you 1 hour to do, and you will not need to go back and make too many corrections. You might have to still make a few. We are not all perfect, right? Okay, so these are the five tips that I have for your productivity, and I know they're very different from most productivity workplace tips, mainly because I don't really think productivity is so much doing as it is non doing. When you remove all the things that get in the way of your productivity, you become far more productive. Try them out and let me know how they work.